Remember HEX? The project that made the whole crypto world shake with its crazy returns? But there is one more going to be dropped soon, named Pulsechain. And this is going to be a banger, even bigger than HEX. And so the returns would be. Pulsechain has secured the first place on every cryptoholic's wish list, even though it has not been launched, and the key reason for this frenzy is HEX itself. And that is what this video is all about. I will tell you in this video that how HEX's success will be overshadowed by Pulsechain and give you an in-depth analysis of how this is going to happen. So stick around till the end with me. So let's start off with what is Pulsechain? There are hundreds of decentralized applications in the market which are launched on the Ethereum network and have done pretty well. And that was the main reason Ethereum being this popular. So once you become popular, your value soars. That is what exactly had happened with Ethereum too. In 2021, the gas fee of Ethereum, the price you pay to validate your transactions, had occasionally gone too high, around $160. This made developers realize the potential of new Layer 1 chains like Solana, Binance Smart Chain, and Polygon, which were hosting their own decentralized applications. Some of these chains were not compatible with Ethereum. Hence, there was a dire requirement of bridging solutions to interoperate. And here, Richard Hart came up with his masterstroke called Pulsechain. Basically, Pulsechain is a fork to Ethereum. We will talk about the fork in a while, but before that, let me introduce to you Pulse, the future of cryptocurrency and decentralized finance. An innovative protocol where you can take advantage of an NFT marketplace, staking pool, DEX, and a stablecoin pegged to gold ounces. It solves the problem of high cost of staking in certain blockchain networks. The DEX is setting new standards for low commission fees with just 0.28% on every trade. And liquidity providers earn up to 97.5% of each trade commission. And our native token Pool sees daily buy and burn of up to 31.5% from each commission earned on the DEX. Its unique Pathfinder feature helps you find the best price for your trades by breaking them down into multiple pairs and taking advantages of the gap between ratios on the Pulsex market. And our GOL is a game changer. It's the world's first decentralized cryptocurrency pegged to the gold ounce and can be borrowed by using other cryptocurrencies as collateral. Pool, our native token, has multiple utilities within our protocol. So now is the time to get in on the ground floor of Pulse, and its ICO is your chance to be a part of this exciting new project and watch your investment grow. And yes, talking about the fork, it happens when a community makes a change to the blockchain's protocol or the basic set of rules. When this happens, the chain splits, producing a second blockchain that shares all of its history with the original, but is headed off in a new direction. Fork is of two types, soft fork and hard fork. Soft fork is kind of a software upgrade for the blockchain. And on the other hand, the hard fork? A hard fork happens when the code changes so much the new version is no longer backward compatible with earlier blocks. In this scenario, the blockchain splits into the original blockchain, a new version that follows the new set of rules. This creates an entirely new cryptocurrency like Pulsechain. Yes, Pulsechain is a hard fork to Ethereum. And one of the main reasons of the hype for this project in the whole crypto community is because of its developer, Richard Hart. Hearing off Richard Hart, there is only one word that comes in mind, and that is genius. This guy is considered as the greatest of all time, the GOAT of crypto world. His previous project HEX justifies this title well. Literally, HEX has made many people a millionaire with its amazing returns, and that is why the hype for Pulsechain makes sense. There are many rumors floating around regarding the drop of Pulsechain, but as of now, only Richard Hart, the developer, is aware of it. However, this person is always active in giving his audience hints or clues regarding the launch. The majority of the community members get heavily influenced by that, whether directly or indirectly. Anyways, let us look at some light on the numbers, and according to that, I will show you how things would go in favor. Could you recall to what the pricing was when HEX was launched? You might not. Let me tell you. So the starting price of HEX was $0.3027, and within 2 years, it went boom. Literally between 2019 and 2021, Hexicans saw their best time of their life. As a result, the HEX holder unexpectedly became wealthy and saw a gain of almost 185,000%. The Hexicans seeing this video are aware of how it affected their lives. If any Hexicans are seeing this video, please comment below and let us know how you found it. Early investors made enormous profits even for their future generations. HEX is currently one of the most successful and well-liked projects out there. proving many of those who had doubts about it wrong. And that's why the people who had missed the HEX train are now anxiously waiting in line for Pulsechain in the hopes of achieving similar success. And it is possible that you are one of them as well. People anticipated that Pulsechain or PulseX will surpass all expectations because it is a project by the same founder as HEX, as I told you earlier. We're all aware that Richard is a true genius, and for this reason Pulsechain was able to acquire an incredible amount of Sacrifce, something that is not frequently seen in the crypto world. Given that everyone is aware that Richard Hart keeps his word, this gives a hint as to the trust that the community has in him. Because if not even close to $1 billion would have been sacrificed. So all we could do is just wait and see what happens. Anyways, we know that liquidity has been crucial from the beginning. In addition to the Sacrifce money, we will also obtain it from other sources. Consequently, Pulsechain's chances of success are only getting better, and one more thing is catching fire, that is 10,000x returns. So there are over 100 trillion coins present in the Pulsechain total supply. People who sacrificed earlier to enter Pulsechain were in July 2021 and had to give up $1 in exchange for 10,000 coins, which works out more than $0.301 for each Pulse token. Therefore, Pulsechain would need a whole market valuation that is 100 trillion times diluted in order to reach our 10,000x target. We would have $10 in Pulse tokens, which is 10,000 times our revenue if Pulsechain's launch price for each Pulse token is $0.201. Unfortunately, the Sacrifce phase has passed and a lot of folks have missed the boat. The entire attention is still on the actual launch, which given the previous setbacks, must take place soon, probably within the next few months of 2022. The likelihood of reaching 10,000 of your profits is decreased slightly. Nevertheless, it is important to remember that Richard Hart is perched atop it. He stands out from many others in that he is neither a merchant nor a developer, but everything he touches turns to gold. The sentiment of the Pulsechain market is another factor. Even while the number of users who gave up their coins was significantly lower than what Polygon Matic had at the time of its inception, it was still a sizable number. When HEX first went public, its trading market cap was substantially lower, ranging between 10,000 and 15,000. It only increased subsequently, particularly as the bear market at the time to a conclusion. If Richard Hart chooses to introduce Pulsechain this year, the same thing will occur. Its trading market value will be small at first, but individuals who missed the earlier Sacrifce stage are likely to get in with enthusiasm, allowing Pulsechain to catch up in the next upcoming 2 to 3 years. However, there is not much evidence available to improve these predictions after considering the fact that Pulsechain has not been deployed yet. While a year, 2 years, or even more may seem like a long time, remember that we are talking about the cryptocurrency world where people may invest $1,000 in a worthwhile business and transform it into $1 million by simply playing the waiting game. Considering Pulsechain's current situation, its goals, and the people who support it, this coin has a decent potential of becoming the next successful coin. Also, I will mention 2 key points that you should keep in mind if you are looking up for this project. One is the community adoption in using Pulsechain for routine daily activities. And as global interest in cryptocurrencies is growing, the time when most individuals lack a basic understanding of DAOs, NFTs, and smart contracts is long over. Nowadays, people are aware of all this information and have experienced how revolutionary it can be. And once they learn that there is an Ethereum alternative that is more affordable, quicker, and more decentralized, the chances are they will move to Pulsechain. The second is the projects that are going to be built on the blockchain. The more projects there are on the blockchain, the better, as it increases trust among the community and usability, helping to drive more investors in. In light of this, and based on the data, there are currently 115 separate initiatives being built on Pulsechain, which is a positive development, and at the end, it comes to the community. We are aware that a strong community is essential for a cryptocurrency project to succeed, and Pulsechain has one. Additionally, as time goes on, more and more individuals will join and will ultimately result in strengthening it even more. In fact, based on the current trend, the community of Pulsechain may surpass HEX. And lastly, there is no denying that both Pulsechain is going to leave their mark in the history of crypto. However, no one can be certain as to how long it will take for it to do a 1000x and then a 10,000x, but looking at the current scenario and after hearing out the experts, it seems that it will happen for sure, sooner or later after the launch.